Ubisoft is giving away free Opal. We got new items for sale at Reda, a new Charlemagne pack with a bear mount and more to go over. So if you enjoy the Valhalla content here on the channel, then totally show your support by leaving a like on the video. And let's go. I am of course doing a giveaway for Helix credits. You can enter via the link in the pinned comments. And if you want to participate, you have to be a subscriber of this channel. So that you can maybe get the Charlemagne pack if you win. Although I would argue that you want to use it for something else. More on the Charlemagne pack in a moment. First I want to quickly touch on an issue that quite a lot of people seem to have when traveling to Ireland. Then they namely get stuck in this sleeping animation, which loops, and then all you can do is quit to the main menu, as we see in footage here from Ember Gaming. Link of course to her channel in the video description. So if you have this issue, you can only reload a save before you went to Ireland, sadly enough. Ubisoft is already on the case. They say that as a temporary workaround, try to load a save prior to when you travel to Ireland. So also make a save before you go to Ireland, because, yeah, if this issue occurs, then you have to go to your previous save. It's sadly too common that a new update comes out and apart from like fixing things, it also breaks something. One thing it fixed, by the way, that I did not tell you in my previous video, is that supplies are now back in the small chest. So you can go to the chest again to upgrade your settlement. I went of course over the full patch notes and everything you need to know in my previous video, which I will link to at the end of this one. Let's go to Reda now, because he is selling the Draugr bracers for 1 day only in the daily selection. They are 100 Opal. I think they look pretty cool, so if you want them, you gotta be fast. In the weekly selection, we find Ullr's hunter items for the first time, so that means that all the items from this set can now appear at Reda, especially the cool looking shield will be nice to get, and the headgear. Just like the cougar mount of course and the bird skin. The other items from this pack are not that exciting, like this hunter offering stone for in our settlement that is now at Reda. Unless you like to have dead animals in your settlement, so go ahead. A tattoo from this set is now also available at Reda. Meh. And the cloak from this pack, which you might like. I would personally wait for more exciting cloaks that you can also buy with 120 Opal, but be my guest. I did buy the Knight of the Round Table figurehead with the 2 dragons. I think it's pretty cool. It's the same as the settlement item, of course. The Tyrannus chest is back if you did not get it the first time around. And again, having only 2 items from this armor equipped already gives you the electric fist that still do a ton of damage after the update. I think the chest looks really cool too. It's the first time we see the Isu Knight shield at Reda, which looks pretty nice. It gives assassination damage when equipped, so it's like a passive bonus, although you do not really need assassination damage. Let me by the way know in the comments if you use these heavy shields, because I haven't seen a lot of people say that. Either way, if you're one of those people, then it might be worth getting this for the look. And Ubisoft is now giving away 50 Opal by simply going to the Ubisoft Connect reward section and claiming it there. Then only go over to the time limited challenges, because the community challenge was completed as well. So if you have done 1 assassination, you can claim the 10 extra Opal. And I went over the other community challenges in my Ghost Wolf video, which I will link to at the end of this one. And of course, another way to get Opal is doing the contracts every day at Reda. Now fingers crossed for that Sword of Eden, which would be cool to get at Reda. And we got a new sword now in the Charlemagne pack, which is a reskin of the double-hander sword. And actually, the double-handed sword looks way cooler in my opinion. The shield does look pretty cool with the Roman Imperial text on it and the visuals. As for the armor itself, it's really lackluster. I will go over the stats in a moment. Those are also pretty bad. But yeah, as we discussed before, it's another Fane reskin, which we already had with the St. George's set. Only the crown is of course new, and it will totally be nice to get that at Reda, but the other items, like, I don't see any purpose for them at all. Now, all the resources went into the really cool polar bear mount. Like, this mount is amazing, not only because of the cool roar, where you see him or her, like, stand up as well, but also because it rides like no other mount in the game. I always need to get used to new mounts. But remember that we might actually get a free bear mount with the Siege of Paris DLC, as was already leaked. It's not 100% confirmed, but you might want to wait for that DLC if you want a mount like this. Because, yeah, that would of course suck if you bought this and then 2 weeks later you can get one for free in that DLC. I will of course be able to tell you before the DLC if the bear mount is there, so stay tuned. The new pack also comes with a rooster bird skin, which is pretty weird to see like fly all the time, but it looks overall really great. One sad part is though that the fact that we still hear a raven sound when summoning it. So yeah, what's up with that? Maybe they will change it later. So worth keeping an eye on this, the mount and the crown at Reda. I will showcase all the new settlement items, tattoos and naval content in a moment here. First, let's quickly touch on the strength of the set, or actually the lack thereof. The weapon, for example, gives 10 attack for 10 seconds after stunning an enemy, while the Surtur sword gives you 30 attack by simply igniting the weapon, which is way easier than stunning an enemy. Here I do damage with the sword on very hard versus a skull enemy, 19 and 21. Then I stun an enemy, get the perk, and then I do a crit, but then 23 and 24, same enemy, so really a small increase. The shield gives 8 armor per parry, stacking 3 times, so you can get 24 armor for 15 seconds if you parry 3 times in that window. Here you see me take damage from a skull enemy without this perk active. Almost half my health from this guy. Now I parry 3 times to get the full buff. Same enemy hits me again, 24 extra armor, and it's like almost the same. So yeah, both weapons are useless. With the gear set, you add some armor to your stun when equipped. On paper, this means that my stun goes from 161.5 to 203.5. And stun is of course the damage you do to the stun bar above the enemy's health. Here I do a parry with the Feign armor, so with that 161.5 stun, and then I remove this from the stun bar. Now with the new Charlemagne armor, so way more stun, you really see a small difference against the same enemy with a parry. So this is also not noticeable at all, and even with the Mjolnir, which is all about like stunning enemies with the cool blast that comes from the weapon, you don't see an impact of the armor set that much either. We also got new tattoos. I think the sun on the arm is pretty cool, and the head tattoo has a crown, which looks pretty nice as well. The settlement items include a pretty wild stone with art on it. Especially if you like look from all the angles, it looks pretty nice. You can now put a golden sarcophagus in your settlement if you want. We got a staff with what looks like an apple of Eden. Okay. The white settlement tree is kinda meh. And we got the Charlemagne on the horse statue, which is, by the way, also the figurehead of a decent naval pack. Like, I'm not a real big fan. I think overall these Charlemagne items are pretty lackluster. Apart from that stone. Again, I think it's pretty cool. Subscribe for more Valhalla content. We got a ton planned. We'll be streaming the festival, of course, tomorrow. So I hope to see you there. A like on the video would really help me out. Go to check out my big video going over everything you need to know from the new update. You can watch that video by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our photo mode showcase. You can of course send in your shots to the Valhalla hashtag on Twitter, or by going to the dedicated pictures channel on my Discord. And you can of course join the Discord via the link in the pinned comment. And be sure you accept the rules, and then you are able to post. Okay, Joyce, come in. The photo expert here on the channel. By the way, if you got some festival shots, send them our way. Maybe it'll be in the next video. For now, we're looking at shots taken likely before the update, right?
Yes, what's up everyone? Let's start with WolfNova12 over on Twitter, where Eivor is ready to throw her axe into an enemy while one of her yum spiking is watching. Or it could be another foe waiting to backstab her. I can't really
that's totally an enemy. That's one of those crazy enemies from the weekly.
Oh, wow. I mean, the setting looks really cool though, with the blood spatter on Eivor's face. Well, let's watch out then. Next up is Taters O'Brien, who caught Eivor hiding in the rain wearing the Basm outfit. The way the picture is taken, with Eivor looking out into the fog from a high perspective, gives this classic Assassin's Creed vibe. I mean, I can't wait for Siege of Paris to see if we can take more of these type of pictures.
Yeah, you would think so, right? In Paris, like London is also a great place for like alter-air shots and stuff. So I totally think so.
And let's wrap up the photo mode reel with Gumdo Mike, who took a different kind of picture that we're used to in the reel, namely the Tyrannus figurehead for on your ship is the spotlight of this one, with its hands lighting up in the darkness with the northern light in the background. I wish we could give this effect to Eivor, you know, with like the Tyrannus gloves that give off light, because this shot looks amazing.
Yeah, for sure, and that still proves that this is the best figurehead in the game. Like,
Yes.
again, I like the new one I bought from the Night of the Round Table pack, but this is still my favorite. Of course, subscribe for more Valhalla content. Check out our big update video by clicking on the screen. And for now, we'll speak to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye!